It's hard getting that habit.
Redo the. Well, welcome to our April 13th regular meeting. Our first order of business is an accommodation request. So I don't know, do we have anything we needed to read or just discussion?
Just discussion, I guess, since it's not here.
Okay.
Oh, you could, this was an ADA accommodation. It was the second request, asking 3 questions about why the mic was not allowed at the last meeting. Asking, I should have brought that with me. The big thing was the mic placement.
The mic placement,
Mic placement.
yes,
And,
because he had the mic.
so that's all I thought we were going to
there.
address was
Yes,
the mic
yes,
placement.
okay. I am fine with having the mic. If it needs to be closer to the table, I'm fine with moving it there. I think the big thing is not placing the mic there until we are recording to protect conversations from other people if they don't want to be recorded, if they're walking in or talking to us. So my suggestion is to make another accommodation to let them place it as long as it's not above the table.
Right, it's gotta be a
Out of
table height.
sight.
Table height,
Right.
yeah, that was sitting way up there
Yeah.
blocking the view, so. And I'm okay with that too, as long as it's on during the meeting, that's.
Yeah.
You want to just make it a motion so we can get a vote on it?
I will make a motion that the mic can be placed closer to the table.
And
to
turned
make it
on
work.
when the meeting starts.
And
And
turn it
taken
on.
off after it's.
And we might have to have, like you said, accommodations if somebody's presenting, just like Mike
Yeah.
did that one night.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I would second that.
Okay, been moved and seconded. Ron?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
And Scott?
Yep,
I will send him an email tomorrow.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. Our second one is for ordinance 2026-5 with the DCD.
Hi. So what we're here for tonight is to hopefully approve a moratorium, which will be like a pause on these 3 items, the data centers, battery energy storage systems, or carbon sequestration, until an ordinance can be drafted. Ice Miller out of Indianapolis is working on a draft. They are kind of experts in these fields, so the commissioners have hired them to create a rough draft for that. Sometime within the next year. We hope to keep it under a year. But this will put a pause on those projects until we have some specific design standards for those types of projects. Right now, we don't have them. So all they would have to get right now is a variance of use from the BZA and development plan. But there would be no set specific standards that could be applied to that kind of project. So it did get a 9-1 vote at Warren Planning Commission in favor of.
And this only applies to the Warren area.
Right, so we like to keep our ordinances the same for every town in the county, otherwise it's kind of a nightmare to enforce. Also, if there was an annexation, it would be covered from the get-go.
So it's really just Warren town limits that we're talking about.
Correct.
Which
That's
they're not
right.
gonna put a data center in the town of Warren.
Yep, the county and all the other towns but Andrews so far has
Okay,
done the moratorium. Andrews is in a couple weeks, so.
okay.
Okay, you need to, if you're into, there needs to be a motion to suspend the rules to allow for adoption of ordinance at the meeting of introduced. Would you repeat that?
Yeah, if we wanna do it right now, we have to have a,
I will make a motion to suspend the
Okay.
rules.
And I'll second.
Ron? Then moved and
Somebody
seconded to suspend rules. Ron?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
And Scott?
yes,
Then you need a motion to adopt.
I'll make the motion.
All second?
Ron?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
And Scott?
Yes,
So you have,
Thank you. I'll just have you sign on the in favor side here. Actually, I've got 2 of them. I'll leave one for Marilyn. There's that one. There's that one. Here's a copy of the certification.
yeah, the one I had isn't signed.
Yeah.
You're sorry. I'm taking over.
Oh, you're
This is
fine.
mine.
Do you have any more ink pens? Our ink pens walk away.
yeah, this one here, when you try to
Oh,
take the
you
cap
know what?
off,
I'll
it
have you
comes.
sign on the in favor side.
favor.
That's right. We'll
Oh.
just put a line through it and initial it. I think that'll be
See
okay.
if these work.
That's
Left-handed.
that eye there.
It's that brain,
Oh,
that
So
brain
Ron-
fog.
Ron,
I know the feeling.
Yeah, I was asking a question about that. quote for the
This-
plan out there, because I assume that once we decide what we're gonna do, then there'll be a bid. Which will be sent
Say one
on the
thing and
sewage
do another.
project.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. These are just engineers.
That's just
estimates.
engineers, okay, that's,
I'm used to
that's what I
Shelley
thought.
keeping me
but,
on.
yes.
I'm gonna start pointing.
All right.
Not now.
Is that what you really want?
Yeah. Are you sure? You just said
One.
something.
Oh, wait a
Oh,
minute.
wrong side.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
Dang.
Don't follow me.
Scott,
You know
voted in
why? Because
opposition.
I saw Ron's name there, Ron.
You started a movement.
Why didn't you follow what we did over there?
Because his
Mineral
was,
You better leave that one with me and give her the other one.
because his was above my name, and so I was like, oh, okay. And then I saw Megan's down here. I'm like, why didn't she sign it?
Making you think too hard tonight, I'm sorry.
I was talking to Miriam about something
You want
else
to
and
keep that
not
one,
paying
and I'll just have you
attention.
sign
Okay.
that one.
So that was my bad.
It's all good. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you. All right, citizens' comment?
Is that just on this?
Just open for.
Open
citizens'
comment,
Yep.
yeah.
Comments.
It's 3 minutes.
My name's Kevin Chappell. I play softball here. I play softball all over the state of Indiana. We're having problems with the Warren Softball Baseball Association. They have blocked a couple of us. We're supposed to be in contact with them to be able to delegate days that we can start our new league. And now they have completely shut us out. So I don't know what to do on top of that. On top of, we're kind of concerned, there's been a growing concern over the past several years that no money's being put back into, especially from them, but then the city or town, whatever, as well as maintenance for the fields themselves. There was a girl last year, she was running the first base, there's a big dip right there, there's dips all over the field, there's runoffs that are creating valleys through the field, just all kinds of problems that are safety issues, especially for the children. There's big holes in front of where the pitching rubbers are that if a grounder hops wrong off of one of those, it's gonna hit somebody in the face. Like I said, there's a dip in front of first base. A girl broke her wrist last year. And when these questions were brought up, we got shut out. And now we're banned from playing adult softball for that association just for raising concerns. And they're on Facebook saying stuff like they're deterring parents and players from going to higher tiers of the sport because they don't like the fact that they think that people are coming in and stealing players away or whatever, but then they go on Facebook and they just make it basically seem like if you do this, if you want your child to excel, we're against that and we will ban you. And like I have the screenshots of it and I think it's just kind of whatever, but we'd like to know what we can do to resolve this issue so that we can be a part of it as well, or be able to start our own.
Okay, thank you for sharing that, and I don't think we can give you an answer right this
I-
second, but
I
let us
get
look
that,
into that.
yes.
Yeah, but thank you for bringing that
Who's
concern.
they?
The Warren Baseball / Softball Association and Lisa Williams.
Okay.
All right.
Just wanted to clarify that.
Yes, because I don't know exactly who runs it, but so like at the beginning of the year, they made a comment about something, and I told her, I was like, hey, you got plenty of farmers, you got plenty of machine operators around town, around the greater area, that would be willing to volunteer their time to help fix these fields. And she said, well, I've never been opposed to that, but I just never knew who to ask. And it's like, okay, the whole entire community is farmers, basically. But then on top of that, there's several people that play in the adult league that have come up to her, which made it kind of funny. She made that comment to me. I've got other people coming to me and saying, we've offered, over several years we have offered, especially when Ernie worked out at Dogwood Glen. Him and Laura offered to come fix the fields or whatever, and she just is opposed to it.
Okay.
But now it's getting to the point to where she's being vindictive towards parents and players and locking them out when it's supposed to be inviting, like you're discouraging people from wanting to come, but then you're complaining about not getting enough involvement or whatever.
So Dustin, just so I'm up to speed, where does the town stop and start on?
We mow the diamonds.
So that's it. We just mow the grass
Yeah,
part.
We've never done
Okay.
anything
And
but-
so that was the whole reason that I came for the records request, was just to see if there was any correspondence between her or the association with the town, if there was any money going back and forth and whatever, just to get a better idea. And then I was told, obviously, there's not a parks department, there's
Right.
not much
Yep.
to do. But then you got people going out there, if you look down, it's the West Field, I can never get the two names straight, but it's the West Field. If you look down the third base line, they have put in a foul pole that is completely inside the third base bag. There's holes all over the field's unlevel, you go out anywhere past in between where the second baseman and the shortstop would stand and go into the outfield to the grass, it's just a huge dip.
Okay.
And it's just,
I
it's
would,
frustrating, it's been like that for years.
Okay.
and now I would add that the town, it hasn't been too long ago, if they contact, we do supply the diamond mix. Because a few years ago, they needed diamond mix, but we've never been asked since. And we paid for that, the town paid for that. I also want to add that, and I gave it in the records request, that quite a bit of money was spent on updating the lighting
Yes, that was
there.
a huge job.
And so it's not that the town has abandoned, but it always was the volunteers would take care of the diamond.
The diamond itself.
Correct,
Yes.
so whatever.
And so, if I may finish.
I'm sorry.
And so the town had always been there when the fencing a few years ago, they fixed the fencing on one side. But it's really up to the volunteer, the baseball association or volunteers. And I do want to clarify, there is no money passing back and forth between the town and the baseball association.
Correct.
Well, you
wasn't-
asked that,
I
but
wasn't
you didn't
meaning anything
clarify.
like that. I was just
Yes.
meaning to see if there was any money coming from them to help
Well,
with the upkeep of city property.
yes, but you brought it up, so we need to make sure everybody understands.
There's
There's
nothing
no
going
money
back.
passed back and forth between, it's always us buying supplies.
Okay.
And we are looking at, Warren Health and Fitness is applying for a patronicity grant to look at improvements at the park too. So I don't know if any of that includes the ball
I don't-
field
Correct.
specifically. I
You guys
can't remember
I don't remember
exactly
anything
what he had.
specific on
He had a big
fields.
list.
He didn't say.
but that may be
but
something to
I'm
look
sure
into.
we could
Even
sway
if
some-
Yeah.
they're going
That
off
direction.
volunteer work and people are approaching them and they're denying them, but yet you basically have to have somebody, you can try to deter kids all you want, but I don't know about you, but when I grew up and you're pitching, you're sitting there, you're digging out or you're digging your spot, you can try to deter them all you want, you're not gonna be able to stop it.
No.
But if somebody's not going back out there and putting dirt back in and packing it up, then you're creating bad spots in the field. And if the volunteer work is only going as minimal as possible, then you're basically not doing any work at all.
All right. yeah.
And no money's
Guess we better
going
look into
back
it.
into something that you're utilizing that is the town's.
Oh, I appreciate you bringing that up and
Thank you.
sharing that with us.
What do we do about because you guys told us that we had to be in communication with them, but now we have no line of communication. We don't even have a line of communication to ask if we're banned from playing just because of our simple questions.
Right.
So,
I think we need to have a discussion.
I think we need to have a
It's
discussion.
been an
and
ongoing
make
for
a couple
yeah,
phone calls.
20 years, but
Yeah.
the baseball association is a separate from the council.
Right.
correct.
And
So it's not
so
something we-
if a group, we just went through this, 4 years ago, Ron, you were here, Michelle. It's a separate entity. And so they can always form another association or whatever, but, yeah.
Okay.
But-
We'll look into
but
it. It
Dustin,
may
I
come
think
into
the
it.
park,
If
I think
they're
the park
using-
board, when the park board is seated, I think it also needs to be understood that the park board is not going to run the
Recreation.
baseball.
Right,
So-
they're not going to run the
But I
diamond
think
itself.
they can help manage and
Yes.
dictate who gets
Yes.
fields when and
Okay.
whatnot.
Yeah.
So I think
Right,
we're in the
that way-
process of doing
Yeah.
that. So
Okay.
if you can just kind of
But it is a.
tight
and
until
we
we
got
can
you.
get
we
some of that
probably
moving
won't
through.
start till somewhere between like June and August.
And we've got your number, so once we talk to them, then we can get a hold of you and
Yes.
see what we've been able to clarify.
That'd be awesome.
Okay,
Yep, thank you so much, yeah.
thank you.
All right, police department.
I'll give your monthly report there.
Yep.
I told him he needs to speak up.
Also, a couple weeks ago, when we had that hailstorm go through, we have 2 of our 3 squad cars that damaged. My squad car is very minimal. Austin's car was hit pretty substantially, so some pretty heavy dents in it. So that's something we'll have to have insurance look at also.
Claim.
Okay. Fire department?
Fire department, for those who don't know, Linda Musselman Smith is the Salmon Township trustee. So she's here, especially when we get down to the discussion of the, getting the fire truck here. So Linda's here. You do have a fire report.
I don't have
No, they do.
one.
Yes.
Yeah, I
We
do,
know.
but I don't have it with me. Would you like to do that?
So Lee, so we're still talking about 3 guys going out to get the truck?
Well, I think you had that on down here, but,
Yeah, we got it down here on the agenda.
oh, wherever you wanna talk about it.
Fire truck, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to just to, I didn't know if everybody was aware the fire department clothing allowances went up for next year. It's, going from 100 to 250. Also, the vehicle allowance, they're allowed a vehicle allowance of 250 a year, so.
Okay, where are we currently at? Because that's 500.
Yeah, we are currently at 100. We have never paid, I don't know that we've paid a vehicle allowance in the past. So, it's gonna increase our budgets. a
That's
little
next
bit for
year,
next
27?
year. Yes. Yes,
This is mandatory by the state?
yes. I knew I should have brought the little thing at Lawland with me. I was going to, and I didn't make copies.
It's not been discussed a lot yet on the treasurer's listserv or the town site. So when I was talking with Linda, we meet about every Monday, and said let's get some information from them and see what everybody's doing with it because of.
We didn't know if there could be a point system, because, not everybody's as active
Yes.
as other, but the state
Right.
statute does say minimum, so.
That's the minimum. See, they don't, so the state should realize that townships are struggling to keep
understand
fire
that.
departments in money right now.
Well, the question she's bringing up is if Ron's on the fire department only goes to 2 fires.
Yeah,
And you go to 20 fires, which
Yeah.
would be very high for the town.
yeah.
For he would get the same amount.
Right, but if the 500 is the minimum, that's what we need to look into, because,
Well, it's not coming across yet, so
Okay.
let's see
Okay.
what happens. Let's see what
I saw that
happens.
and I was like,
wow. Okay,
So that's something to think about for budget for,
Keep on the radar.
yeah, that bill just passed like in February, I
Okay.
believe. So, yeah. And another thing, encouraging, fire department is billing for more runs. We're going on 69 a lot. And they don't pay anything. I mean, they're just fly through, and
what you mean is they don't pay into our
Taxpayers.
tax base, yes.
they don't pay into our
Right,
tax base.
yes.
So we need to make sure that we are billing these insurance companies
Right.
for these, because money is tight. And, we gotta have every cent we can get, so.
And Marilyn shot us an email saying that you guys had talked about that.
Yeah, I had brought it up to
Yeah.
the fire chief and to Ben and said, all you have to do is let us know and we'll take care of that. I've offered that for years. That
It's a
to
great
bill
idea.
through the town office is a lot more. And they did send to me something that was outstanding from December or January. I send it on, the only problem is it's out west somewhere. So whether we get it back, but that run, it was $1,000 out, 2.5 hours out on 69. And as I brought up when we were meeting, I said, there's no tax money, there's nothing there. And yet we go out to 69 all the time. And so every one of those needs to be billed to the insurance company. So I think they're more on top of it because they sent me that one right away.
Well, when I was on the road working wrecks out there, I know we would always share insurance information with the fire
We had
departments.
it.
And
They have it.
They have
Yep.
it.
so
They have
hopefully
it.
they are.
It's just if it doesn't, oh well, you know, or if it doesn't get paid, oh well. Well, we need to search
We
for
need to
all
start,
of
we need
it.
to start going after
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Now, an out-of-state carrier, you're not going to have any luck running it through our collection system. But if it's an in-state carrier, we have something in place we can go after them, but not out of state.
Awesome.
So we need somebody at the fire department that's gonna jump on that and make sure that everything
I think Ben
is
did.
billed.
Yeah.
So,
Who's Ben?
Upper.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, okay.
Alrighty. Thank you, Linda. Utility and street.
Yep, you guys should have my report. I'll just hit a few things. There on the first page, there's a sewer main in the alley behind 311 West 3rd. It was basically a dead end where there was 4 sewer taps in a 6-foot span, and we were never able to clean that. So the homeowner wanted to put a new lateral in, and in doing so, we decided we should put a structure there. So we excavated that, and Bollinger Contracting, they installed the structure for us. The new water main on South Nancy Street is complete. They're going to be doing that paving here probably in the next couple of weeks. So that project will be wrapped up. Peerless Midwest, they've been in and they've done overhaul on the high service pump 3, and well number 1 is back in service. They are kind of looking into a few other issues that might be happening with well number 2 at the moment.
That's a new well.
A few things I added that's not on your second page. We did receive the new street sweeper last week. Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks.
So Lee got to operate that. Pretty enjoyed it.
In the rain, right?
Radio doesn't work.
Send it back.
So that's good to have back, and we will try to get that in a regular rotation. And then one more thing, we have a service with Kimball Midwest where we have a bolt bin, hardware and such. And we had another supplier reach out to us, and they wanted to give us a quote, so they did. I talked to Marilyn, and she decided that, or suggested that we need to make sure everything, if there's nothing wrong with Kimball Midwest, then maybe we can go this route and use this new supplier. So I'm in efforts right now to be in contact with Kimball Midwest. I haven't seen or talked to anybody from them for a long time, so but I'm going to see if I can get back in touch with them to continue that service, or if we want to go this other route. So I might have something for you next meeting then, based on what their response is.
Okay.
But other than that, everything else I wanted to talk to you guys or let you guys know about was in my report.
The blower replacement in Commonwealth's.
It's down here.
Yeah.
We do have,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
we're
right.
gonna have a big discussion about
On
that.
that, okay. Alrighty. And move on to unfinished business, with first being discussion on active military duty for Austin.
Austin was deployed last week. We thought after his first 2 weeks in March, his training, he was gonna come back and work. The day before he came back, they said they were gonna be restricted to on base. So he's been gone since the middle of March, early 11th of March. They're still looking at early October, mid-October for him to be back.
Okay.
But last I heard it was Jordan. I don't know if they changed that or not. It changed a couple times in 2 days, so.
Okay.
He has submitted his military pay, and so your agreement was to pay the difference. So starting with the pay Wednesday, and he gets paid, how often does he get paid military? It's on that sheet anyway.
bi-monthly.
Take some calculation because we pay every week.
Okay.
So that'll start with this pay period then.
Okay. And then the police officer hire.
Okay, that period has ended. There's 2 applications. So your discussion would be whether we put it out again or whether you do interviews. Think what this is. And it wouldn't, I don't know why I have an executive session, because it wouldn't be an executive session to interview if you're wanting to do that. So that's up to you guys.
Can I ask a question here? Just to make sure I'm up to speed on all this. So if we're gonna hire somebody to take his place because he's gone, but then this person is gonna stay on,
Good question.
that's, okay, so there's a reason I'm asking it then, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's the plan?
That's the plan.
Oh, well, that had been discussed, it's their
Okay,
plan, but
okay.
it's a plan that I had brought up to council they need to consider, because you'll have 3 full-time officers.
Okay. I don't remember that, but maybe it was
It
before I got
was
on.
maybe before,
Maybe
but you'll have
before.
3
Okay.
full-time officers and a reduction in your budget, so it's something
Okay.
to think about. But the way you're headed now, you'd have 3 full-time officers.
But we gotta have somebody now.
Yeah,
What are you doing right now in the midterm? Just getting people to fill in from other, okay.
part-time,
All right.
part-time county.
We had probably 24 hours last month.
So Ronnie's coming out of retirement, I guess.
That's scary.
I know you have felt this was a need in the past, though, was to add.
Yes,
and
Markle's got 4 full-time guys,
Mhm.
as we're very comparable to Markle in size. I know Roanoke is planning on doing a 3rd next year. Obviously, that's not definite yet.
Right.
Andrews, 20 years ago, Andrews had 3 officers.
Mm-hmm.
We were approved for a grant for a 3rd officer 20 years ago from the federal government on cops. We did not proceed with that grant.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, so we have, our men, our coverage and calls doesn't, it hasn't changed, hasn't gone down
Right.
by any means.
Does there, I'm just forget, let me know here, but is there anything in the area where you guys share officers, like they're half time here and half time somewhere else? Or?
One of our part-timers also works for Andrews,
Okay,
but he works there more because he gets $8 more an hour there.
okay,
Markle's currently paying $11 or $12 more an hour than us.
okay.
They've got 4 full-time and still use a little bit of part-time. Jason Cayley works up there also.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. Because
And they're
they-
using their local law enforcement, or their lit money.
Yeah.
And so that will end, so you have to be, sort of compare oranges
I
to
love to stay.
oranges here.
Okay.
Part-timers are, it's a mixed bag because obviously most of them have full-time jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
And that
Okay.
always comes precedent. So
Right.
even you may have them scheduled today and then something comes up at his real job, let alone personal stuff.
Right.
If you're not paying much,
Okay.
you're getting the bottom.
Right.
So
Okay.
at the
You're second fiddle to everything,
Right.
so.
and hiring, finding someone to come on right now, they need to go through the same process as Austin went
If they're
through.
not, if they're not.
If they're not already in.
Yeah, do you realize if they're not trained, they're still gonna be gone 4 months?
Right. That's kind of what was. But
Well,
I
they wouldn't have to
assume.
necessarily be, but they couldn't have certain responsibilities.
Right. So I'm assuming that so from what you're saying is getting somebody who's already got training is kind of a wage issue right now, is what you're saying.
If you get someone that's already got the training, you're gonna have to pay quite a bit more.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought you were saying.
Obviously, and anything, you've got something experienced and something non-experienced.
Right,
You're paying
right.
for their experience or their training already.
So let me throw another question out there, because I'm still new. So if we're training somebody, do they sign a contract that they'll work here for some
They
years?
always did until this time.
Okay.
And Dennis said that the state had a law. I've not found it or
So we're
seen
allowed to
it.
do
but-
that anymore?
State law requires them to work 3 years or pay back their.
Or pay back for-
costs.
okay.
Basically what our contract was
Okay.
previously years
If you
ago.
look up Senate Bill 95 that was just passed this session, you'll see the new, but there's a whole thing there about if you train them and they go somewhere else, then
Yeah.
you can change, you train them here and they decide to go to Markle would have to pay the town of Warren back.
Gotcha.
So there's a whole new law about that.
Who here's ever read a Senate bill? Because I've tried.
Well, it's just because it's a major.
It's crazy.
It's a major discussion on the listserv about this.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Because
tough.
everybody's beginning to
Yeah.
be careful about
Right.
so much, not careful, but much whatever about budgets.
Yeah.
And it's just like with Austin. I mean, not that he's leaving,
Right.
other than employment.
Right. Right.
But you spent a lot of money because you paid
Right.
him full salary
Right.
and all the whatevers. And always before we had what was called a reimbursement, and they would work the weekends to reimburse. And then Dennis said, no, I want to use that, so the state law would cover, which is fine.
Okay.
And so now the state, I think, has stepped into it more and said, we gotta do something.
Okay.
Because they could come here and train and then next week go to Huntington
Yeah.
and make more, or somewhere else and make more.
Dennis,
So-
do you feel like I mean, as far as, does he know applicants yet, or no, he doesn't know applicants? Do you know the applicants? Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm, don't know if I can make that decision based on the experience of our applicants, but I feel like Dennis would be the one to look at those and,
In previous years, it has been done by recommendation.
okay.
Okay.
And that's what I feel like, so I guess I would prefer your preference on whether you think we need to continue to seek that out, or if we're ready to interview, or,
I know, well, I'd rather not speak on
You can't.
public about it, I can't really
Right.
speak about it.
Okay.
okay,
On preferences, I know one, I know of one, and I know people that know the one.
okay.
That's,
Can we,
the one
can we,
that's
have,
from
can we have a
outside
meeting where we talk to
Mhm.
Dennis? We'll have a
I was
meeting
saying-
where we'll talk to Dennis. Do you think?
Can we,
Does that
I
make
was gonna
sense?
say, can we have an executive
That's what I'm
session
saying.
on,
Yeah. Okay.
on
Okay.
what to do next?
I
then?
don't know if
think
it
would
could
be
be
good.
executive, I'll have to
Okay.
look that up.
Okay.
Some kind of it. We'll have some kind
We will
of a
have either
session.
a special or whatever.
Once we're told which one it's going to be.
All right.
Okay, you have offered the utility job to Jackson Heath, and he has accepted. So tonight you need to take action to officially hire him.
Okay.
He's scheduled to start this Thursday, if you so move. So you'll need a motion to hire.
Kind of rude of us to not do it now.
I will make a motion to hire Jackson.
He's kind of planning on it.
I would hope so.
Pull the rug out.
Yeah.
I will make a motion.
I'll second.
Ron,
Yes.
Megan,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
and Scott.
Yes.
All right.
Let's talk about the wastewater treatment study and report that you received that was a shock to everybody.
Yeah, well.
Yes.
So I've done some work for you, and you have it in your packet that we need to talk about, and that's the financial situation of the sewer utility.
Okay.
We just finished an $840,000 job along the river. Pardon me. When we get back to the financial report, you'll see that the operating fund in the sewer utility is down to around $250,000. We don't have very much in the depreciation right now. So what Ben presented to you of 11 million, I think there has to be some serious discussion about what to do with this.
Mm-hmm.
The blowers are the big issue, is that correct, Dustin?
Yeah, you basically don't have
Yeah,
backups.
and that's $900,000, which you don't have. So when you go through this, you guys got the full report, but this is the summary report. And you see the blowers at 896,000, and then you see the next one adds the whole thing to it, that's 10 million, and then you look at alternate 3, and that's 11 million. And then you look at existing sewer rehabilitation, which I don't know how that got in there when you did a wastewater
Yeah,
treatment.
I didn't either. I was curious about that one.
So that's $1,148,000. So I'm just, and also in your packet, don't you have this?
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
I want you, and I brought this up the last meeting, but as your financial person, I'm showing you that you owe still 1.7 million from the sewer plant expansion. That was done, it was refinanced in 2015. We started with rural development, which they don't do it anymore. And then I think we had to stay with them so many years, and then we put it out to bid. And we got a good deal here, 3.65%. But as you can see on this is what I go by when I'm doing the payments and everything. You can see that the end of 2025, from here down, we still owe $1,325,000 on principal. And the interest, with the interest, that comes out to 1.7. So to think about just going to SRF, which we've been fortunate to be able to do, you're looking at a major impact on your sewer. I would recommend that you turn this over to FSG, Financial Solutions, and say, plot this out and tell us what this is going to do, because I don't know how you can do it without a rate increase.
Right.
Even if you get a grant loan from SRF, and that's very difficult to do. We could get easy loans.
Yeah.
We've got a good financial history with them. But I also would bring up that when you approved the project, we thought we were working on a comprehensive plan.
Right.
And so the blowers, yes, they have to be done. The rest of it, you could also ask FSG to put out a comprehensive plan, which we've always dealt with, a 10-year plan. Tell us what we can do over 10 years. And that way you'll know exactly what your rate increases might have to be, or because you put everything into that comprehensive plan. And they could plan that out. But to think that you can do an 11 million project, I just really want you to do some serious consideration of that. And see what FSG can do with $1 million. And go from there. Now, some of that million for the blowers can come out of TIF money, and I think I told you that already. Can come out of some TIF money. Some of it can come out of seeded money, but you remember we have a problem coming up with Everfresh, or we have the same problem, and that's been, I don't want to use the word dumped on us, but that facility was put out there, and it's going to cost this town now more money. We've had to redo a lot out there. So going forward to meet their, what's it called, Dustin? Their what?
Limits?
Yeah. Because your hydraulic limit is okay, it'd be okay, but your load limit isn't. But we need to look at that and see, that's what some of this other.
That's why he was
That's what
saying we
this
need to
is.
do this other stuff, because we're getting so close with pulling them in.
Right.
Correct.
Of our
But I
load.
don't know how maybe we need to look at, say, do we have to do it all at once, like the sewer lines? I don't know.
Yeah, that kind of threw me for a loop, because I don't remember even speaking about these.
Well, the
Sewer lines.
contract with Commonwealth was a study of the wastewater treatment plant.
Yeah.
And I
So-
understand what he's saying, to
Yeah.
stop the inflow. But,
How accurate is this guy when he throws these prices out there?
pretty accurate usually.
Really?
When you say Dustin,
Are the blowers going,
well, you
Well,
don't,
you're
Dustin
shaking
doesn't
your
know.
head.
are the blowers going right back where the old blowers are?
Yeah, but there's a lot of modifications that need to be made.
That's what I'm wondering, because I mean, we got like $60,000 he's saying for electrical,
It's a
so
whole new hardware.
is that more in controls and stuff? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just on and off switches, all the controls.
So it's all variable, I assume now, but
Yes.
man, I'm not used to dealing in these big numbers. That just looks like a mighty big numbers.
Well, I just think it's when he was here discussing, and then
Yeah.
I was gonna come and have you sign an application to SRF, it's like, hello, I mean,
Yeah, no.
we could
Yeah.
probably maybe borrow 11 million, but you already owe
We already,
1.7.
I would like to see the comprehensive plan and know
Yes.
what our next long-term, I don't think.
Do you
it's-
want me to just get with FSG and say, help us out here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
yes, yeah.
I really
I do
am-
feel like it would take some clarification from Ben as well as to what truly needs to, like, when this needs to happen as well. I feel like
Yeah.
it would be a Ben and Greg conversation, to be
Yeah.
honest.
It would
And the
definitely-
other problem is, we don't qualify anymore for an Okra grant because of our average, or median income is too high.
Right.
So it cuts that out of that. And then if you go to SRF and they look at your financials, they will tell you what your sewer rate will be.
That would be awesome.
And you really, to get that money, you would have to raise it to whatever that is. And that's what another town in this county is facing big time, is they've raised their rate high, and then SRF comes, well, it's gonna have to be 30% more or whatever. So you're out there, it's not just going out and getting
Right.
a loan.
But maybe between SFG, then maybe we can piecemeal this,
Put
still
it
stay in
into a
compliance,
plan.
but at least be in a
Yes.
plan and
Yeah.
spread it out over
Right.
And
a
when is
10-year period.
sorry? When is Everfresh, like, when are they open? When is there? Are they
Well,
like producing stuff now, or
They're doing, what is it called, just test flows or whatever.
They are in production, but I don't know
Yeah.
what percentage they are at.
That's been very costly because our engineers had to work with them. So you've been paying, as you two would know, some engineering costs. It has to do with their pre-treatment. They were told the pre-treatment was set up, and it wasn't set up at all. And then when they got there, it wasn't even hooked up. And then their first loads, they based on their plant in Oregon, and those weren't necessarily compatible to these. So Ben, the engineer, has been working with them for a while, and they're just, I haven't heard a date, have you?
Their plant is running. I
Yeah.
did go get samples from them last week
Yeah.
to send off for testing.
Yeah.
So.
They're not, at full strength, but I think too, you will be able to see more testing once they're up and running and whatever. Do they have a flow meter on their?
They have several flow meters now.
Good.
So.
Because now that you've moved the sewer lines all into that lift station in front of Everfresh, when Golfo was there, they were the only one going into that lift station. And now you have everything from the old Huggy Bear lift station coming in there. So to correctly bill them, because they're not going to use all the water they use, will not necessarily result in sewer. So we need to have flow meter readings as we go forward to make sure that we're billing them fairly. So I will talk with Greg and see, but I just wanted to throw that out there. We really need to concentrate on, in my mind, my recommendation was concentrate on that million. We just have to find a way to do that. The plant's 25 years old.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's time.
And if that happens, the way I understand it, then that is just good for what would happen next if we did do an upgrade to the plant, right? Because
Yes.
that would then be sufficient for
That'd
what
be
the rest of
done.
them have.
That'd be
Okay.
done. Yeah.
That's the way I took it.
When you look at alternate 2, and the mobilization is what always surprises me. In both 2 and 3, it's almost $300,000. Well, 3 is $345,000. And when you go down through there, you think, mobilization, I mean, I know what it means, but and compare the two, you can't really separate them out. Blower equipment in here, in this estimate too, blower equipment is even listed here for $300,000. So the question would be, if you're putting in new blowers, what is blower equipment for 300? Now that's not much when you compare $10 million.
Oh, I figured it included this original. I thought that was.
That's what I mean, is I don't know why this would be $1 million here, and then over here it says blower equipment 300.
So they just gonna add,
Concrete,
like, add another one or
17,
something? Yeah.
concrete, $1,700,000. It's like,
Yeah.
and then on the third one, concrete is $2 million. It just, I mean, it's very
It's a lot.
thorough. And then on the back, like we say, I don't know where this here could probably be piecemeal for sure, the
Yeah,
last page.
because it gives you a lineal foot price,
Yeah.
so you wouldn't necessarily have to jump all over this thing.
Yeah. So that's my salvo to you tonight. You guys have some tough decisions to make, so.
Well, I just had some people tell me the other day they wish their sewer bill was higher, so I think we're gonna be okay.
That was me, because I thought you were gonna pay mine.
Oh, is that what it was? Sorry, I got it mixed up. My bad.
Okay, so I will get with Greg and Charlie and see where to go from there, and I'm sure I'll have something for you at the next meeting.
Okay. Water meter data collection.
Did you hear anything from, okay, nothing there, I haven't either.
Okay.
Okay, park board, discussion how you want to move forward. The deadline is April 17th. We have 4 applications, 1 was sent out today. So just letting you know that that's where we are with that.
Just need to have a meeting to, do we,
Well, it's whether you want a meeting, whether you wait till the next,
Wait till
whatever
the
you guys
next.
decide.
I mean.
What do you mean, what's the April 17th deadline?
When I put out the application, they have
Okay,
it.
gotcha, okay. I'm like, what do you mean we have?
How
April
long was it
17th?
out for, roughly? Like 2-ish weeks? How long was it out for? Was it out for like 2 weeks or?
Well, what happened was to get it out into the newsletter. We had it out earlier, but to get it out into the newsletter and out to people and to give them the 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and then it was, we'll just give it till Friday.
To the 17th,
Okay.
okay.
Because more people were gonna see it in the newsletter.
Yeah, so we wanna wait and see who else
Yeah.
comes in.
Yeah, because one came in, or is coming in today.
Awesome.
So, I don't know.
You want me to just let you know when the time comes?
Yeah, don't you
Yeah.
think? And we'll just set a
Let us know.
meeting, once we get all of them in.
Okay. Okay, then, fire truck. You have in front of you, as Ron and Michelle have heard, we've saved money for a fire truck for many years. Isn't the old fire truck 25 years old? I mean, the green fire truck, not the old one.
Yeah.
25 years old. So we have money in various funds for the fire truck.
Okay.
So what you have in front of you is recommendation. We will be paying the $60,000 in fire donation fund because those donations came to the town, but as Scott knows as trustee and Linda, we held those funds. So of the $340,917,000 left to pay, $60,000 will come from that fund. You don't have a copy of this, Ms. Megan?
I do not.
Well,
It's
there you
okay.
go.
We're sharing.
I have extra ones here. Well, no, she doesn't.
Oh, I don't have
She
that
wants
one. I was gonna say, this is the one we're looking at.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, we have to, then we would each pay, township and town would each pay $140,458. So I want to go through this and see where you want to take that money from. We do have $150,000 in the general fund. That's been there for years. That was added to every year since then. My I'll go through it first and then I'll give you my recommendations. When you turn the page, you see Lowett Public Safety. You have $260,000 budgeted in that. But that Lowett Public Safety is an LIT tax. And right now it's used for for police. You don't have it either?
No, I've got 3 of these. Sorry, that's why I'm sitting here.
Okay. Who knows?
Okay.
We're
This
sharing.
one
We're good.
says,
Yeah.
oh yeah, yours are,
I tried.
there you go.
But Lowell Public Safety is for
that's
police
what she's talking about, the
vehicles, anything in the fire, whatever.
Donation.
And that's an LIT tax. Then you have the fire donation fund, which will be used. I mean,
yes.
that's outside of our. In the cumulative capital development fund over the years, we have $110,000 for a fire truck, fire equipment. That is also, you can see a total there of 220,000. That's also your park fund.
It's the same thing.
So if you don't use it out of there, as you get ready for your park program in the next budget, that could all be park money. Then you have cumulative fire. Now this fund is set by the state, and right now it's I can't remember, 6 cents a hundred. I don't even know if it's that much. And next year I'll be bringing to you to raise that. It's a state. You can only raise it so far.
Right.
I think maybe the state rate, the highest is 1.6 cents. So you can use that. That is, let me get my glasses here, 108,000, and then start building it again. That's a state fund, so it wouldn't disappear in the LIT. Oh, you know, I must have been on something today when I did this. But anyway, those are your fire funds. You should have.
That's the same page.
Yeah.
That's why I was.
That's the same
Yeah,
page
just
as that
take the
page.
first.
I
three
think
pages.
you have the.
Yeah, you have.
I don't
the
need
rest
this
of
one
those.
if somebody wants that one, because I've got that on the back of mine.
Hey, I was busy today.
Well, that's why I was there. Going, I'm trying
So,
to get your numbers.
the bottom line is you need to come up with 140,000. The recommended I have is you take it out of the Lowell Public Safety.
Okay, is that one fund that's easily rebuilt?
That's an LIT fund. Right now it's fine, but it's one that might
Might go away.
in 8. But you have this year or next year for it to grow.
And we don't have anything that says that cume fire has to be spent at a certain time or anything like that?
No, cumulative fund is meant to accumulate.
Yeah, and there's no,
But there's no,
Okay, so
yeah,
this-
just so it's used for the fire.
And I don't know
So-
how the town of Warren works, but can you pull some from this account, this account?
Certainly,
Does
certainly.
does public safety would that would also include like police equipment
Just what I
too?
said, yeah,
Yeah.
police,
So
fire, any
if
other
we
fire.
needed to replace
It would leave
car.
you, if you took 100 out of there, it would leave you 160.
60.
And if you took 40 out of cume, it would leave you 60 out
Okay.
of fire cume.
okay.
That would be my
And then,
recommendation.
yes, then that would leave the park one and that one alone.
That would leave your
Yeah.
cumulative capital development fund
Yeah.
to all be into park, or you can still, we'll just have a little budget story here. On CCD fund, you see 2 appropriations. So if you don't use this, and let's say next year you decide, well, we're going to keep some fire money, a transfer can be made between appropriations here.
Okay.
So let's say even this year, for some reason, we need to, you could transfer this up
Okay.
within a fund. You can't transfer from this fund up to this
Up to
fund.
that one, right. But internally in the fund, you can transfer.
You can transfer internally,
But
that's a
they
good
can
way to
flip
put
flop
it.
Yeah,
back and
those
forth
two
between
can, yeah.
parking.
They can't go from like here to here, but they can.
So my recommendation again is 100,000 out of public safety, because that leaves 160. And then 40,000 out of the cumulative fire, because the cumulative fire fund will continue. It's just, we get about 10,000 a year.
Okay.
Okay. That's not, yeah. And that's not going to be impacted, whereas the public safety
Right.
could
Yeah.
potentially be impacted.
And
So-
then the 150,000 that's for the fire department in the general fund, in the next few years, you're going, as we've talked several times, if that goes through, we're gonna be impacted really strongly. We're gonna see a loss of approximately $300,000 maybe. That can be absorbed into the general fund then.
Okay. Yeah.
That would be your police officer, you know, whatever. So it protects the general fund. Then, what do you want to do? And then, you don't have to answer this tonight, but then do you want to start saving? Because it certainly has saved us for this truck. And the reason there's so much here is we thought the truck would maybe be 500, 600, that our share would be very
Much
high.
higher. Yeah.
It could have been very easily, too.
Yeah, it
Initially-
could have been very, the initial.
Initially,
Yeah.
after the yellow one was bought, didn't the town start, what I want to say?
That's why I said, we've
A
saved.
replacement fund for, would you
These
have a 10 or
monies-
15 year?
These monies have been saved for 20 years.
Right, but initially it was going to be, you had
Yeah.
a plan, but
We
it
were
just
going
didn't.
to buy a truck every 10 years.
Right.
And so the money was put back right away. So something then you would need to think is starting, maybe using your rainy day fund to put some money into. A rainy day fund acts like any other fund, it has to be appropriated. But it can be a pretty, I don't want to use the word general, but it can be accessible, but it still has to be appropriated. So if you say we're going to transfer $100,000 to rainy day, an emergency comes up, you can get it out of there by whatever you set up your appropriation as.
Okay.
I like the 100 from public safety and the rest from the community fire.
I think that's fine.
I think that's a good.
Yeah, I'm
idea.
okay with that.
So it's 100,000 from Lowit, and the rest out of Cume Fire. Okay. Very good.
Top of fire.
Also about the fire truck is, my pages are messed up. Oh, here. If you go to the back of this, you'll see, yours won't be in color. The requirements for the pickup of the truck.
Mine will be non-existent.
I worked on these. I didn't even know what happened here. I have submitted the.
Yeah, maybe you got two.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's at Midwest. It's under
Yeah.
the Midwest
Okay.
invoice.
Yeah.
I've sent the sales dues. Linda has checked with
I've
the,
got the insurance all set up, just
Yeah,
waiting for it to
it's
get
already
closer and get
the-
all the documentation.
to remind you, the township takes care of that insurance and we take care of all the rest. And then at the end of the year, we split. So she's taking care of that. The final payment, I would like your permission to pay the town share by wire transfer because it's going to be pretty substantial. And Linda said she's sending her check with them. They have to have the money before the truck.
Before the truck leaves.
Yeah. Imagine
Imagine
that.
that, huh?
Imagine that. Then you can see what they'll be going through. The final inspection and training is 2 to 4 hours, but they can have more if they need it. So, and it's, then if you go to the second page.
Now, on that, Lee, if the truck comes and then you guys decide you need something else, they'll come down here, right, for training? I think I read that somewhere.
Could be.
Okay.
I don't know what we need trained on, it's a fire truck, so.
Yeah. Well,
Plus-
you're a
plus-
pretty smart fellow, Lee, so
Yeah, whatever.
we should be in good shape.
Yeah, bought a new vehicle lately, yeah.
Well, that's true.
It's been a while, Lee.
The other thing that was discussed is how to cover their expenses while traveling. And I haven't seen Lee to talk to him about it, but Lee, you're still going, aren't you?
That's why I come tonight for, to find out.
Lee is the authorized user of the town's credit card.
Okay.
No one else is. If Lee goes, is it all right to send the credit card? Because they'll have to have meals and a hotel room. I don't know. We're going to trust Lee.
Maybe you should authorize me on that card, and I'll just.
Are you going with him?
I'll just leave Lee here.
So,
Are we thinking flying then?
I don't know
Is that what
because
you
they
guys
were, we talked to Ben and they were supposed to let me know what they were looking at and I haven't heard a thing.
Well, there's 3 guys going, Lee said.
That's what I heard.
So if there's 3 guys going, you're not gonna team drive out there and back. It's a 12-hour drive is
Yeah.
what my phone told me.
Okay.
And it's about $300 to fly
Yeah.
somebody out there, so it's pretty cheap to fly
Yeah.
somebody out there and they're gonna drive the truck back.
And it doesn't, I looked up and it doesn't make any difference whether it's actually more expensive to fly out of Indianapolis. Sometimes it's cheaper, but
Yeah.
this time it's, because both flights go to Chicago and then to Sioux Falls. And I forget, do you remember what the time was?
I can't, as like
You know, it
2 weeks
depends
ago when I
on
looked
when
at
they
it.
can get a flight into
Yeah,
Chicago.
there's several options though,
Yeah.
so.
So they could conceivably get there and just stay one night and then go training, then start back.
And then it's a matter of whether they're gonna drive all the way, because by the time they do training, I don't think it's gonna be a 1-day train and drive.
Yeah.
So they'll stop somewhere on
Ben
the
and
way back.
Doug had thought they would be able to drive back, taking turns driving, but that'll be sort of kind of up to them and
Yeah,
they'll
that'd be
just
it.
have to
Yeah,
decide on their own.
Really stop at a hotel, then get tired and fall asleep.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Lee will be the oldest guy there. It's probably gonna be Lee that'll have to.
I'll be the one napping in the back.
He'll be stretched out back on the
Lee's probably the oldest guy here too. So.
guy, maybe.
Bunch of bus drivers, huh?
Nope.
Oh, Aaron?
Well.
But I was just, I don't know what you guys think, but $300 a piece for them out there.
I think that's pretty cheap
Oh, I
to
don't
send them
think-
out and.
You know, to drive it.
I was gonna say,
by
if
the
you
time
pay
you have
mileage,
food,
mileage and
gas
all that stuff,
whatever,
yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have more
You're gonna have a
as much.
hotel and all
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So, is it all right to
Yeah.
send a credit card with Lee? Or we're
Yeah.
gonna trust him?
It's fine if he's already been
And,
I can
authorized
leave
on
mine
it.
with you, so
Huh?
I can leave mine with you.
Sounds like a
Oh,
plan.
that sounds good.
I like that idea.
Texas Roadhouse, here we come.
That was the other option that was discussed at the meeting we had with Doug, and was using their own. And if it came to that, then we could reimburse as soon as they got back. But Lee knows the procedure because he
Yeah.
has to have every receipt and everything has to be turned in before it can be paid. So he knows the procedure.
Okay.
And do you remember the procedure though? Well,
I
just
never-
checking.
I never use it that much, but yeah.
Well, I just meant because you're older, maybe you remembered you had to have receipts and everything.
And we're
You know,
tax
after they
exempt,
swipe
I'm
it and
assuming
pull
there's
the
a card.
cartridge out, you gotta get
Sadly, I remember that. So.
So, and they will pick them up at the hotel,
Nice.
take them, so
Yes.
there's no need for, one of the
Transfer
questions
from
was the
the-
rental car.
Yeah, no need
What
of a
about
car.
from the airport? Will they pick you up? at the
Yes.
They'll shuttle. They'll
Yes.
shuttle to the hotel.
Yes,
Says.
it says right here,
airport? Oh, it
Yep.
does?
shuttle,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, they'll shuttle them to the
So I think
hotel,
once
and then
they
they'll get a ride
get
from
there, the Midwest will take care of
Yep.
them.
as they should.
It says there's also a hotel, some of these have a hotel shuttle too, so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It said, please forward so we can arrive, the first one says, please forward, so we can arrive at the airport or hotel when you're ready.
Yep.
So they'll, it's a 30-minute, I mean, they're pretty thorough here. It's a 30-minute.
Looks good.
Interesting fact is when we were going through this truck and going through, what was the name of that company that we could save the money?
Oh,
Do you want this or?
Did you see that?
Do you want this one or?
It said
Oh,
if we went through this one company,
can
we
hold
could
on.
save all this money.
yeah, you're probably better in that organization skills than I am.
That
Hey,
was,
while you guys are in between, I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
thank you. So anyway, yeah, we saved 17,000, which is okay.
All right,
All right.
stormwater utility.
Stormwater, this is, as I told Scott, this is a meeting for discussion. Scott and Megan have not been through the stormwater discussions. So I gave you this is from Greg, this first one, the stormwater utility fact sheet. And it says why you need it, and I think going into the plant thing, it would have been really helpful if we'd had a stormwater utility. Very helpful. So this started probably 10, 12 years ago, this discussion. But it's very lengthy to set it up. But anyway, anyway, I'll just leave it at that and go into the detail.
okay.
The next is the council back in 2025 hired FSG to do a study. And you see that I put the paper in from when that study was authorized. Then you see the actual study. And if you go to page, it's built on equivalent dwelling units. When you go to page 3, you see a list of homes of various sizes. And the reason that was done is to go from a smaller size up to one of the largest in town to get an equivalent dwelling unit of 2,303 square feet. What that means is impervious surface, your roof basically. We didn't do so much with driveways and everything. So his recommendation was that it be $6 a dwelling unit. So a resident would pay $6. The discussion in June was that if you go back to page 5, you would see if you did that some of these places would have I don't want to use the word, would have a very high bill. So the council at that time said, well, let's look at a cap, which is legal. So when you look across here on page 5, you see, let's go to somebody, that Citizens Warehouse on Grover.
Mhm.
Those are large,
Mhm.
but it would be capped at $30. So that's the same thing as 5 equivalent dwelling units. Are you following me there? Citizens Telephone on Wayne Street is just a regular building, 1793, 3,200 square foot. So that's what stormwater bill per month with $30 maximum and $6 minimum. Now what we have to take this and do now is make sure that it's complete because of the billing, the way the billing would be set up. But any residence basically would be $6. I mean, it would be $6. That's what a residential unit would be. I had some, the old lumber yard would be $11.37. So you just go down through here, but these have not been double checked. This is what he presented in June, or what he presented from the June meeting. So,
See, and that was the question I had asked earlier, I think, with that, is that there's that cap, but every single one of these they would get charged. So essentially, like you were going back to Citizens, how you said like they had their Citizens, which was what, $6, I'm losing my track. They would pay $6, $17, and then $30 as well.
Yeah.
So they would pay all 3 of those.
they would have to, yes.
Yes.
But that's the way their billing is, that's the way their minimums are, that's the
Right.
way everything is. Anyway, were there any questions on that? That was pretty... So,
Is this replacing a system that
we don't have it, and we should have had it.
So this is an
This is
addition to the bill?
stormwater.
So this is an additional
Right, this
charge?
is stormwater,
Okay,
which is a separate thing from sewer. Right now, any stormwater is coming out of sewer.
okay.
And several years ago, many communities moved to stormwater. It just never
Yeah,
got done here.
how's this going to affect the sewer bill?
It won't affect the sewer bill.
Separate.
Okay.
It's an add-on to what you have.
Right, but what I'm saying is, so that right now the sewer is doing both of these.
Yeah, well, if you go to the back page, then you see a budget for what would be used here. I don't know if it's all here or not. It is a separate utility, so it won't intermingle with the sewer.
Okay.
So we can't use it for the sewer, but there are things like replacing the drains. I can't remember what Greg
Yeah,
said.
storm
Or
drains.
Storm drains.
Yeah,
Surface
storm drains
water,
and
yeah.
stuff that could potentially be
Or
part
if
of
you
that
have a
project.
sewer line that, it's a little murky there, but if you have a sewer line that is not quite right, you can, right now, if we have to put in a storm line, it comes out of sewer. Like out behind,
Are we totally separated now? We're not, right?
we are,
We are. Okay.
we're not. Let me put that very
I knew we
Okay.
did the project, but there may be some that.
We are considered separated,
Okay.
but we have inflow. So we have stormwater that keeps getting into our to our sewer system.
Okay.
So if you're working on the sewer system to stop stormwater, you would use the stormwater. You could use the stormwater.
These funds could be used
Okay.
to separate that from going into
Right.
the sewer.
Right, like out at Heritage Point, there's a huge issue out there. And the way to fix it is to use the sewer money, but if you had stormwater money, it would come out of that.
Okay.
It's very directed. It's very directed fund. I will say, the ordinance is written to establish it, which you would consider, it's already been written, to establish it. Then you would have to have an ordinance to establish the rate. It's two separate things.
Okay. So it's kind of like the party farm. You can start it and then you decide what you're gonna do with it.
Yeah, really.
Okay.
It's just been passed on, and you've spent, or the council has spent about $25,000 altogether with attorney fees and with Greg's work, now to get us to this stage.
Okay.
And to have the ordinance written, just to establish it.
Okay.
So, I didn't bring that ordinance tonight.
Right, just to
I
get the building with
thought I'd
it.
give you time to mull it. Mull
Mull it?
over it. Mull over it, I
Mull
think
it.
is the correct term.
And this, and the other thing is, like, it's completely separate, so even, we have to keep in the back of our minds the wastewater possibility if we need to replace blowers and apply for
Mhm. Yeah.
SRF and all that stuff.
You're-
There's gonna be some of that there too.
Yeah, and your sewer is so low that, anything to help it. Now, it would take a while for this to build at
Right.
$6, is,
Yeah.
well, I think he,
I didn't see a
I just have one page,
projection.
okay. It's 60,000, is that what he estimated? It's all, well, okay, on page 4, I'll show you what you would do. You take the total square feet of an impervious area
Yep.
and divide by 2,300, and that gets you your equivalent. Okay, I use EDU, this is a residential unit, it's the same thing. And any impervious roofing, whatever. Non-residential bill, $6 minimum, capped at 30. So there's the full explanation. And Greg would be glad to come up and talk to you all if you have any questions, especially about the ordinance. But we're behind the 8 ball on this quite seriously. So do you want the ordinance next meeting? Do you want? Megan says yeah.
Can you send, can we see it?
Oh, yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay, yeah, send it to us.
It's pretty wordy, it just says
I'm
what it
sure.
could, it's basically writes out what's on the front page. But it has, we have to amend town code, so it's got a lot of
Okay.
town code stuff in it. But it's really basically all right here on this front page.
Who decided the cap of 30? Just curious.
The council had a meeting with Greg, and they started at 50 and then went down to 30. But you guys can change that. I mean, you can change the cap, you can do whatever. When it comes time to set the rate, you can change the $6 if you want.
I was gonna say,
But-
the ordinance doesn't establish that, there's just.
No, it just establishes the
the
stormwater
utility.
utility.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we would just establish the
Yeah.
utility, so it's there, and then
Then you move
we can move
forward.
forward, and,
Yeah.
and maybe that's when we would bring Greg in. I think, because I think having that conversation with wastewater and this
Mhm.
together to see what that cost will be for everybody is a fair conversation to have.
I don't know if you'll be able to have that conversation right away, because it's gonna take him time and
To figure out
whatever.
comprehensive plan and stuff, okay.
Okay.
But I think it's been delayed so often, I guess, I like everybody, don't wanna see that, but it's unfortunate you guys have to deal with it because it hasn't been
Wasn't
dealt
done
with
yet.
before.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's something.
And
Greg-
$6 is cheap for a stormwater rate.
Greg said that, I mean, a lot of places
Up
are
to
doing that, especially
$13,
with
$15
our
or
cuts
more.
coming as well, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay. BSNA software. We have a schedule. I sent it to you in October. We have a training tomorrow on the bank rec portion of it. The good news with the BSNA is that Roanoke's going to go to BSNA. They won't be set up until June of next year. They're so far behind. So many people are switching over. And Converse, who's in our, they went live the 17th of April. So we can go over there and have some pre-knowledge before. But they also are setting up these training sessions for everybody. So that'll be help.
Good.
Okay, 2026 water loss audit. This is a discussion to have with you, the engineer. I gave
So
you
many
a
of
quote
these
of, no, you don't have anything for $7,500. And when I called the clerks in the group to see how they handled it, they said, why are you paying for it? The Alliance of Rural Water will do it for free. So I talked to Chad, I think his name is Chad, today. Well, I talked to a person on Friday and I talked to Chad today and he sent this. I do not understand why there would be a charge of $7,500. And the reason I put this in there for you is between Dustin and I, we have to supply all the information. And then it'll be put into a worksheet. But you have to have a validator. And that's why we went with Commonwealth. We didn't, nobody knew because they had a validator. And this, I think his name's Chad. Have you talked to him? Chad will be here on site. He said, you'll send all the information to the Alliance. Then he'll come up and spend a day, or however long it takes, to check the information, make sure it's complete, and show us how to put it into the worksheet. So eventually we could move to doing it ourselves. Some towns do, and then just having the Alliance validate it. Okay. So I just want to make sure you guys are on board with not going with Commonwealth for $7,500.
Yeah, we don't have to pay it. Great.
We don't have to pay it.
Absolutely.
In front of you had an invoice from Peerless Midwest. It was laying in front of you. This just came in this afternoon after everything was, I would like to, you'd already approved this project. Do you want to update this, Dustin?
I took a brief look at it and sent it to you.
Yeah, it's you guys already approved it all.
Yep.
So I would like for you to approve this invoice so I can go ahead and pay it so they don't have to wait for a whole month, if that's okay. And it can be consensus.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
TIF report.
We'll be
Yes,
worn
is there
out
any
here.
other unfinished business? There better not be.
Let's hope
Okay,
not.
Let's go.
Hey, I'm moving with allergies and a sore throat. You're doing. Okay, the TIF annual report. I sent this to you. I don't think, but you have to accept the report. It's just like it was that I sent to you. There's no employees, no salary. They do pay the TIF pays $60,000 a year toward the sewer bond. And as I said before, with the new movement toward sewer, it can still pay. Were there any questions about it? You can accept by consensus,
Yes.
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 and it has been filed. It has to be filed by the 15th, so I did send it today. Alright. Claims register. Oh, is there any other new business? Claims register in the amount of $807,861, and that's higher than usual because Brown equipment for the street sweeper
Oh, yeah.
of our package insurance, $37,000. I circled, I think, everything. Oh, and then as in the last month, you have all the meter deposit returns for the villas. So that's a couple pages there. Brown equipment for $45,000 for butterfly valve wafer body. I don't know what that is, but it's 56,000 came out of electric for the package of insurance,
Yes.
When anything like an insurance bill comes through for $94,000, it's prorated among the departments. So no one department pays 94.
Okay.
So you will see insurance in here several times. Commonwealth, 39,000 for Peerless for that part of it, and 62,000 for Burcott. That was the Nancy Street.
Wasn't the street sweeper 145,000? But they split it into
It
two
came-
separate.
No, we paid 20, it was, let me see here, 100,000 and 20,000 came out of sewer because it keeps the stuff out of the sewage.
Okay.
And then the other came from water.
That's what that was. Okay.
Good question. And on the back, we paid Wolverine twice. The thing with the Wolverine invoice, time after time, it comes in the day after a council meeting. And then, so when we had early council meetings, it came in, and then this month it's later, so we got it. So we paid Wolverine twice. So it's unusually high, but it's not unusual. So if you approve, please sign this.
And then financial reports?
Hmm?
Financial
Follow
reports?
suit, not a approve or not approve
Well, we're gonna
side.
talk about that over with the housing report and everything, there's more financial in there.
Okay.
The fund report.
Okay.
Allowance, this is the payroll allowance. You'll see that it runs just pretty much like usual, $33,000. I don't see that anybody got any big, and again, the best way to know on the payroll is to check by the month to the month prior, because the basic pay should always be the same. And then the overtime is what will change, or if there's 5 pays instead of 4 in a month. But if you go back to last month, it should be the same thing. Okay.
You sign that?
Need for you to sign that?
I'll sign down here. I didn't mean to take your top spot last time.
Just sign that you agree, okay?
I don't have to be on the top.
Okay, we've had a request for a donation to the patronicity grant.
Oh, okay.
So, when they did the patronicity for Riverside Park, Riverview, what is that?
Riverside.
Riverside.
You did, the council did give 10,000 for the match to the 50,000. And when they did that, they did it and said if you don't reach that other, come back, so that they could get the 50. And in this case, since, again, that was through the chamber, and since it's through Warren Fitness, the town can donate to it. So,
And that would come from the
it would come from the park monies.
park money. Okay.
So what do you want to do there?
Is this,
No, sorry.
this is just something that comes up every year? Or-
No,
No.
Okay,
this is what Mike talked about as
Yeah.
one time.
okay.
You
It's
get a
just
grant
this
for
grant.
50, but you have to
Okay,
match
but you
it
gotta match that 50.
with 50.
Okay.
And like.
So
the
down there,
others-
we gave him 10 towards the
Oh,
match.
yeah, and they ended up with, I forget how much. They got way more, and
More.
hopefully that'll happen.
Yeah,
But if not, I can't remember, they made a lot more than,
so we could just match what we did down there?
it's up
I
to you
I
guys.
mean, I would think at least that, yeah.
Yeah, so would I.
Um,
It's a lot bigger area out there.
yeah, and it's going towards improving the
Park
the
Spring.
park. That was the
Right.
whole point,
People.
point of it. So I would say at least the 10,000.
10,000, and then the caveat would be if they come up 5,000
Short to come back and talk to us.
Because you want to make sure they get the. 50.
Right,
Right, yeah,
I would
we don't
agree with
want to
that.
lose it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And park board, we talked about that, didn't we?
Mhm.
I don't have any announcements.
Okay.
So, Do you want to go through the housing business real quick? Or do you want to hold it? This has been a long meeting.
I want to know some stuff about it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's,
I guess if you guys don't want to know about it, that's fine.
Well, yeah, the meeting's over, really.
but,
If you want to stay, fine. This is just bringing them up to
Do we
date.
leave this thing on for this?
yeah.
Huh?
We're still,
Yeah, we're still on.
okay. Yeah, I would like to have more information on it.
I sent you a whole packet on it. And then I went through and I thought, I'm gonna just pick out things because the stack is like this high. So, this goes back to 2021. And, we had, everybody's,
We're just
well,
that
Dennis is the only
interesting.
one getting paid. This is free
He's like,
time.
oh, listen to this.
Anyway, a person showed up at a council meeting, a developer, and we knew nothing about it. It was set up by, anyway, other people. And made a pitch to the town about a development, to the council at that time, who didn't know what it was about, but knew that they wouldn't go with that developer no matter what. After that, Oakmont Realty, Mike Thomas, got wind of it and came in and met with Steve and I, and Lee might have been at that meeting, I can't remember, and pitched that they would be interested. And I'll get to that later. But in November 8th of 2021 is when we responded and said, the Warren Town Council has met and considered your proposal in general and expressing interest in meeting to further discuss options in regard to Sound Valley land. Due to time constraints for the rest of this year, we are proposing that more serious discussion be held at the beginning of next year to further develop or consider a plan of action. That would also give us time to discuss the matter with our consultant engineer. Town council discussions will be held in executive sessions provided in state statute, but updates will be made available to HCCSC as we proceed, and then for further information. So that was really the first official act by council in regard to their offer for the land at 2,500. And, but that was 2021. There were a lot of meetings after that. And, oh, I guess I made you copies of that. So what I want to show you then is in June 23rd of 2023 was the next move because the council, myself, none of us had any experience in this. The council determined to hire Barrett McNagny and Tom Neeser. And that was done June 23rd, 2023. So there was a year and a half in there when there were just meetings. I don't think they even met with council. They would just come in and talk and, you know, this is what we're going to do and whatever. And so on 5/24 was the next meeting, and that could have been a council meeting. I was going to look it up, but when the council said, okay, we're interested in the development, or no, this is from Mike Thomas to the council. We want only to work with the property to the south of the school. And he would work with 3 building contractors. And he would use a builder that constructs all the houses at once in one section of the property. This was all discussed with the school board, Steve and I think Lee was in some of them. They would not do any work in the tree areas. They would not take down any trees. They found it a definite plus that water and sewer were already at the front of the property. A definite plus that the town owned the electric. And the town would have no investment up front, but could set a return amount for each house sold to invest as needed. And well, anyway, as they saw a spring 2023 startup. The issue was that the original plats there were intermingled, and so the plats had to be separated from the parcel in front of the school ran over to here, I believe it was. So they had to go through the process of getting those plats realigned. And they would handle all the planning, permits and so forth, but the town would have a say in planning, like whether to place sidewalks on both sides and street signs, what kind of street signs and whatever. So that was as late as 5/24. Then, we saw and bought the property. So, excuse me, June 10th of 25, we had to get appraisals. We had to have, well, we tried for 3 appraisals. Ron and Michelle may remember there was a problem with one. So they used the 2. And one appraisal was $16,693 an acre. This is what the town was going to sell it to the developer as. We'll talk about that later. And the other appraisal was $225,000. So the average of those 2 appraisals was $13,790. And so that was completed in June of 25. We still thought that it was ongoing discussion. And so that's when the agreement was sent to Oakmont. Or, this thing about this is it. And then an agreement was written. And again, this is agreement with the school. I skipped gears there. This was never returned to us. And twice I know we contacted Jeff Thomas and said, is this still ongoing? Do you guys remember he brought the builder in? We had meetings with the builder. The houses were going to range from the bare minimum of $175,000 to $200,000. Now this is in early, 5 years ago, not today's prices. So, so it went back and forth, and yes, they were still what was the date on this? We went over on November 25th, 2024, to sign the purchase agreement with the school, that they would purchase the property, the town would purchase the property. In the process of it, the school board had built-in development. You guys remember, I sent this to, if you read through here, you'll see they set how the lots, which was very unusual. But the attorney said, just let it go, it meets development standards. So contacted DCD, they checked it and said, yes, it meets development standards. So we knew we could build. However, the agreement, when we started, it was just to buy the 22 acres. And then the school board came back and said, you buy both or none. So then it became 55 acres, which included all the woods, and I'll show you the pictures of it. So, and at this time is the council told the school board we are going public. No more, we're not having any more. This has gone on so long, and a lot of it was, as you two remember, waiting on the school board because they had their procedures too.
Right.
And they had their discussions. So a lot of it was waiting. And so the council said, we're going public. It's time to let people know what's going on. So we did that. So anyway, and then on October 11th of 23 is when we told them we were moving forward. I put this. The agreement to purchase, the purchase of the property was made with American Recovery Act money. It was not, someone would say, it is our money, but it wasn't our money. It was from the COVID time. We held all that money because we already were in this process. So the purchase price of $138,000 came out of those funds. The remainder of those funds have been held for any costs we might incur. So none of the utility, well, the electric utility would pay for running the main lines, but would not do the connections. So that was American Recovery. The original discussion included the football field, and council was not particularly interested in the football field. So it includes the 22 acres along State Road 5 And then the other 30 acres is off of 11th Street, but the clear acreage is only about 15 acres of that. So there were 2 sites. The agreement also stated that it had to be single-family housing. There was a lot of discussion trying to get them to move from that to at least on the off of 11th Street to maybe be some duplexes or that type, but they didn't want to move on that. So that was signed, like I said, November 25th, 2004, and that's when we went public with it and said we were. So, and then there's just, these are all the same, basically the same. I have an appraisal report, and this is the one appraisal reports. These were not fly-by-night appraisal reports. Very concise. Here's the other one that were accepted. And this was all handled by the attorney because it was out of our, whatever.
Out of your realm?
Out of our comfort zone. So here, take one down and pass it around, is what we had assumed would be done. The parcel A is the 22 plus, and you see it right there. And then the other acreage, parcel B, you can see that one of the reasons the price was a bit lower is 2/3, 3/4, 75, 80% of that parcel is tree line. So that helped on what they offered it to us at. And as you know, that took we took a lot of flack over that. But that's what they proposed, and it was accepted. There wasn't anything the town said we're gonna pay that much, it's what they offered it to us as is $2,500 an acre. So that's the development area. See, this plat here ran over here some way. I forget how all that was. So then part of the discussion with the school board was the council, we're gonna need a fire station, as you know, wanted to use some of this for fire station. And they said, no. And then the attorney, have you guys met with the attorney at all? You two?
I don't believe I
Okay, it
have.
must have been at the last
Yeah.
meeting we had.
Michelle and I.
Said, well, you can build a fire station, because what they did is they put into the agreement amenities. And he said a fire station would certainly be an amenity.
For housing.
So for future council people or whoever, that's where your fire station could go
Okay.
when the time comes.
So how do you access this section down here?
Well, that's something the town would have to figure out.
Okay.
But there could be a road here, but here's 12th Street,
Yep.
so it could be improvement to 12th Street. Would be the logical thing,
Okay.
but would make those people. But all this land here is floods and whatever, so
Right.
the possibility was, here's where I'm talking, right where that arrow is. That could be built up possibly. So then we asked them again, and they said yes. And then we got the word that, and you guys, were you guys here? I'm lost when all this happened.
It was our last meeting.
Got the
that we had.
word from Tom Neeser that the builder they had chosen, I was gonna look that up, said with the current economy and mortgage rates, they were not comfortable thinking they could build a house for $200,000, and they basically backed out of it and said, we can't build that. We can't build what they need there. What the heck was their name? Do you remember? They build like 300, 350. They do a lot of the big housing
Initials.
divisions in Fort Wayne. And you know, this is just my input here. When you look at how many housing divisions are going up in Fort Wayne, it would be a push to come down here and do.
Yeah.
So then Tom met with the council, the attorney met with the council at a council meeting, and I believe it was streamed. And I can't remember for sure, but it seems like it was. And spent a good amount of time going through what the options would be to move forward. Certain people pick out the negative part of it and posted that, but there was a lot of, there's a rebuy section, whereas if no development happens, the school board has to buy it back. But that's not, it's not the issue that it was made into on a certain column. It just wasn't. And so the town made, yet this year when you meet with Mr. Neeser, I want to extend that period. It depends on whatever you guys decide.
Okay.
So what it was left at then in the fall of last year, when Tom Neeser met with council, was no discussions would be held until April.
Okay.
Let's find out in April where we stand. He has heard nothing from the developer, so he doesn't have a yes or a no, but he assumes maybe a no.
Maybe you know.
Maybe no. So, but anyway, I wanted to show you guys that it got as far as mapping the development out.
I was just gonna ask you, B.
And this was, Jeff Thomas came in and spoke to the council
You was probably using the color one.
one evening. Are there any color or not? Okay. So you see the main drive coming off of State Road 5, coming back to here, and then the side drives.
Yep.
The interesting thing about the plan was this section would go first, but only the houses on this side. We learned a lot through the discussion, because to start a housing development, you don't want to put the first houses with their back toward the highway. Also, there were like 3 levels of homes. Back here in the back, you would see bigger homes.
Okay.
For more than, this is the back, this is retention. Yeah.
And there's 5. Okay.
So back in here would be some bigger houses, here could be some
Bigger lots there, yeah.
Yeah,
And
bigger
around
lots,
here's
bigger
lots,
houses. There were, I should have gotten that out for you, but there were, and it wasn't gonna be segregated, it was gonna be a mixed of different homes. So it was a good plan. Down here, you'll see a line here, we'd even talked about, they wanted the sewer line moved here, and so that was gonna be done. There needed to be a break between the housing division and the school lot that the school board had not considered. And the developer said they would put trees all along here. I mean, it took a lot of our time, a lot of my time, a lot of everybody's time. And of course, the water and sewer would be, have to be bored across the highway. And the electric runs right through there too. So that's why they were excited, because the only thing they had to do was internal infrastructure. So where you are now with this is that it's time to meet with the attorney and discuss, and the options are you going to try to find a developer? Are you going to try to find a builder? Or are we still working with the same developer? There's a lot of questions that you'll meet with him at a regular meeting, because the council back there said everything's going to be out front now, regular meetings. Okay. And so that's where we are. That was fast. What's a question? What's a question? It was disappointing.
What's the time frame again on when something's supposed to be done by?
3 years from our.
3 years from the time of the, yeah. So I think it's 27.
Okay.
But he'll handle that. He said it wouldn't. He said, I don't see any problem. We'll just send, because they don't want to buy it back either.
Right.
Our options at this point are either to continue with the developer and figure out if we are going to pay some of the development costs that we originally didn't think we were going to cover, or put it up for bid.
Well, it's not even continuous to say, we don't even know if the same developer's
Wants
interested.
to do it, right.
They wanted at least $400,000 from the town. The builder did, not the developer, but the builder wanted 400,000 plus the electric. And, but it died without any discussion. I mean, there was never a discussion of whether the town would or wouldn't, because it had already died by then. But that's what they had come back with, was 400,000, and at the time you had about 140,000 in ARP money left. Now that's down to 116, I believe. It's where the attorneys paid out of, so the attorneys all coming out of the American Recovery Plan money. So now it's setting a time. I would recommend a special meeting, but it would still be aired, because he spent, I would say, well over half an hour. And there were all kinds of options, weren't there? Oh my goodness. About how to go forward.
Okay.
I think the idea was just to see what the housing market was doing, see if
Yes.
things kind of cooled down a little bit.
I think
see
they were
if
hoping
costs
for the
were-
interest rates to cool
Yeah.
a little bit, to maybe spark the market of people being
Yeah.
able to get the loan or
Well,
the
they were worried
financing.
at that time about tariffs also, how tariffs were going to impact. And as you know, the mortgage rates are going higher. So it just, you know, if we could have done it in 21, it would have been a different story maybe. But that's pretty quick.
So is he gonna give us some times he can meet, or are we supposed to give him some times we can meet?
Whatever, however you want to handle. I mean, it's easier for me to see when he's available, and then see if you guys are available.
Okay.
He's been very easy to schedule with,
Do we see that happening this month?
whenever you want it. Because it was left that he didn't see a reason to discuss it before April. And then there was a push by someone to move it forward, and the response was April. There's no reason to discuss all this over here when you don't even know when.
Yeah. Well, the reason I ask is because the end of the month, I've got some days that I'm not available, but
Are you on vacation again?
I have some work that's not here in town to do.
On his vote.
I'm not believing that the work comes into that. So let me ask you, Megan, how early can you meet?
It depends on the days. I have some events like next week, but
Oh, I think it would be that fast.
okay. I get off work at 3, so 3:30 is the earliest. But
Okay, well, I'd check
Even the
with you
beginning of May.
first. And, 'cause
Yeah, I would like to meet and
Well, that's what you need to do.
learn more.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
the
We kind of have to
next step.
decide what's-
Yeah,
What next
Because
steps
he had
are.
all kinds of scenarios.
okay.
And he was, when you say
Yeah.
very thorough, Ron and Michelle, he was
Yeah.
very thorough. He has a lot of experience in Huntington. He did Carlisle, he has done a lot of work in Huntington.
April's only got 2 weeks after this in it.
Yeah, so even beginning
say
of May is
that.
fine.
Yeah, so
Sure.
something in May is fine too. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think you have to push it.
yeah.
But I will indicate to him that you guys are ready
Mm-hmm.
to move forward. I'm going to have cataract surgery, so I'll find out tomorrow. So see what that schedule is.
So no more glasses?
I'm opting to keep my glasses because I have astigmatism. I have
Yeah, Jamie's got the
astigmatism.
same thing, yeah.
This doesn't have to be on air, but Medicare will not pay to have laced or anything. So I just went with, and I'm reading glasses. I'll be able to see. I'll be able to see you more clearly.
Yeah, but you can't read without.
I don't know whether that's good or bad.
Oh.
But anyway, if you think of questions, let me know.
Okay.
I just went through, but I sent all that to
Yeah,
you.
I know.
And just scan.
You always give us so much to read. It's a lot of reading in
You
there.
said you wanted to know more.
I
about
know.
You asked the questions.
I
you're
did,
going to get
I
the
did, I
answers.
did.
I sent everything.
You're not going to get the answers directly. You're going to have
That's
to read
my
for
fault,
the
guys.
answers.
You
Hey,
can
you know
Pin
what?
that on me.
Thanks.
You
Yes,
know
and
what?
that.
Tomorrow I'm going to send you 50 other pages that went with this.
All right, meeting adjourned.
She doesn't want to hear it.
Scott, you know what Dear Abby says? Don't ask the question if you don't really want to know the answer.
There you go.
I need to know what's going with the housing. I let you know.
I didn't honestly, all I know is what
You
people
did.
are saying,
I
and
have
usually
a
that's not
file
right.
that thick.
Yeah.
Do you want the whole file?
No, I think I've got enough.
Oh,
Shut our.
We don't want the